Just a quick update for everyone who's reached out to us in the last few minutes. This is regarding a post from Donald Trump on social media. He has announced that he will not participate in a second debate with Kamala Harris. There were speculations about whether they would meet again for another debate, possibly on NBC, but Trump made it clear in a recent statement that he has chosen not to move forward with it. Our panel is coming up at 9 o'clock, and we might discuss this further. Joining us now is Laura Harris, who's currently on the campaign trail in North Carolina. It's a particularly interesting time in the state, especially with the Republican gubernatorial candidate Robinson losing 14 points in the polls. This shift could give Harris some hope, considering the polling numbers we previously mentioned. Brett, we talked earlier about how this impacts voter turnout and the cost of living, but let's focus on Trump's decision to skip a second debate. He believes he won the first debate, so the question is, does he even need a second one? Some observers suggest Trump might be avoiding a second debate because his team believes the first one was a disaster. Despite the potential backlash, it seems his advisors have decided that it's better to skip any further debates and instead focus on taking his message directly to his base through rallies. However, as Harris pointed out, the crowd sizes at Trump's rallies aren't what they used to be, and the energy is fading. On the other hand, Kamala Harris may still capitalize on this in key swing states like North Carolina. These states, once considered Republican strongholds, have seen more competitive races lately, especially since the last time North Carolina voted for a Democrat in a presidential election was in 2008 for Barack Obama. The Democratic Party is hoping to close the gap this time. It's also worth noting that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was recently disqualified from running by North Carolina's Supreme Court, and he's thrown his support behind Trump. This adds yet another layer of complexity to the already tight race. Looking ahead, we might see a situation similar to what happened in 2020. In states like Pennsylvania, many ballots will likely be mail-in, which typically favor Democrats. These ballots aren't counted until the day after the election, so we could witness an early Republican lead, known as the Red Mirage, followed by a blue wave of Democratic votes as the mail-in ballots are processed. Trump's legal team is already preparing for potential challenges, especially in Pennsylvania, where mail-in voting played a critical role in 2020. Trump previously suggested without evidence that Pennsylvania's results were rigged, and we could see a repeat of that narrative this time around. Finally, there's a broader question within the Republican Party itself. Many Republicans are growing tired of Trump, and if he loses this next round, it will be his third consecutive national election loss. Some Republicans may take this as an opportunity to turn the page and find new leadership for the party.